Hello boys and girls. Today I am going to spend 2 hours trying to find the weirdest and most wonderful shops in the entirety of York. York has many weird and wonderful shops, so it's going to be quite a challenge to find the best of the bunch, but I think I can do it. Wish me luck. This was only my second day in York, so I still don't really know where anything is or where is the best place to go. I got off the bus, had a walk up the street and had a look around. As you can see, it's a beautiful place full of cobblestone and sadly full of rain as well, but that's okay. The first wonderful store I found was Dutton's for Buttons, a lovely little hole in the wall full of buttons, lace and all sorts of other art and craft stuff. Next I ducked into this tea and coffee chain, which had of course the obligatory Will and Kate merchandise, as well as some wonderful Alice in Wonderland and Keep Calm and Carry On mugs. For lunch I popped into Mr. Sandwich, which has £1 sandwiches, win! And then I quickly stuck my head into the markets where I found this absolutely wonderful looking book. York definitely has no shortage of options for sugar fanatics. There's Sweet Treasure's old sweet shop, and then there's Millie's Cookies, which makes cookie cakes, and in case that isn't enough, there's the Milk Shack, which has pretty much every variety of milkshake that man is capable of imagining. But after exploring the sugar circuit, it was time to get back to my main objective of exploring non-edible items. The gift company had some cute bears, but also some fail bears. Read that sign carefully. Also mugs, and also some pretty unique wine bottle holders. And then, joy to the world, I found Christmas Angels, where it's Christmas all year round. They have all kinds of Santa Claus toys, and also gollywogs, which I must admit I hadn't seen in a while. But best of all would have to be the self-playing piano with dancing mannequin. Lace Magic. Lace Magic will have a place in my heart forever. It was just unrivaled in its adorableness. Save for the Will and Kate postcards out the front, but I can look past those. Just look at all the little costumes and the dolls and the napkins and what have you, and you have to hear the music that were playing in the shop. It just completed the entire scene. I'm not going to lie, the cat gallery scared me a little, or a lot, especially when I noticed this lady. But then I got to Stonegate and I felt a lot better. Stonegate, contrary to what its name would suggest, is actually a street, and it's one of the most historic streets in York. It also has some of York's best shops, at least in my humble opinion. Here we have the Antique Centre, which I would take the honour of naming the most wonderful shop in York. I spent a very long time in here. It has rooms like the salon, the parlour, the dressing room, and it's full of everything nostalgic you could imagine. The most wonderful clothes, which I may have taken the liberty of trying on, and boots with leopard print, even though that's a bit weird, but that's okay, weird is good. Plates and crockery, books, coronation handkerchiefs, guns, rings, teapots, clocks, seriously, everything under one roof. Right upon my exit from the most wonderful shop in York, I happened to stumble across the weirdest shop in York, Eye of Newt, a magic shop which is connected to Haunted, a kind of theme parkish thing set up in a very old house which is rumoured to contain some ghosts. Eye of Newt had Ouija boards, it had quills, it had wands, it had broomsticks, it had everything dark and a little bit magical and spooky and just kind of out there. Very close by was the Armory, which was awesome, but its owner would not let me take photos, so here's a loss. On to the next. And the next was Rosie Muggles, which was delightful beyond words. It just looked like an old Victorian dressing chamber or something like that. It was full of lace and lovely intricate dresses and hats and little teddy bears and pearl jewellery and everything that any girl with a penchant for the old-fashioned would just squeal at. And then it was time for the teddy bear shop, because we all know I'm still about 5 years old on the inside. It had little policeman bears and little royal bears and royal guard bears and Paddington Bear, and also the return of the Gollywog. Similarly glee-inducing was Peter Rabbit and Friends, which actually wasn't that exciting on the inside, but the idea of it is adorable, you've got to admit. The final stop in my 2 hours of consumerist delight was Octopus. Freakishly similar to Octopus in Newtown, back at home in Sydney, it just had a bunch of really weird but really fantastic and surprisingly functional stuff, such as Nutella spreaders made out of squirrels and little record-shaped coasters and just seriously what have you every which way. It was brilliant. All too soon the 2 hours had flown out of my hands and it was time to return back to the university where I was staying with my friend Helen. But it had been a great day and I think I had been successful, so that's a plus. But it's not hard in York because there are so many fantastic shops. If you ever get the chance to go there, you absolutely must.